Tipping culture has become outrageous. I think I did a video on this. What's the latest now? I think I did a video on this before.
She wrote, "What in the world is this? Just received this from a friend. Restaurants in LA are charging at 4% for an quote unquote LA health fee. The charge is to keep employees healthy and happy and is apparently citywide to have customers cover health insurance for restaurant employees." Now, what you are looking at, the picture that she attached, is obviously a receipt to some restaurant. It is still suggesting that people tip either 18%, 20%, or 22%, which is already outrageous. But then you can see where it's circled up top, it says LA Health 4%. And it's already included on the bill. It's already included. It's just a tax to keep the employees healthy and happy. And you're supposed to be fine with that. I don't even know what I would say if I received this receipt and saw that they had included a 4% tax, because that's effectively what it is. And then, of course, they're relying on most people not to even recognize it, right? You're out, maybe you're having some drinks, you're eating. Are you going to really read the fine print here that says, in case you're wondering, we're just randomly tipping our employees? This is outrageous. And it has become increasingly outrageous, this culture of tipping in America. And I am specifically highlighting America because my husband and I, this has been a long back forth debate. And I hope he doesn't watch this show because I'm admitting that he's right. He's been completely right. And essentially, he didn't understand it. He came here, obviously, lived together, and he's like, "But why are Americans tipping like psychopaths?" And because I used to be a waiter, I would say, "Honey, no, you have to tip. I used to be a waiter. We make essentially no money." I think when I was a waitress, we were making 5.25 an hour, and the tip really meant something. And I used to just lambast him. "You absolutely must tip 15%, 18%, whatever it is." I was on team tipping. But then I started to realize that I didn't quite understand what the hell I was tipping for. You go to the coffee shop, right? There's no service being provided. At least with a waitress, they're busting their butts, they're cleaning off the tables. Sometimes you're bussing the tables, putting down the menus, have to be in a good mood all the time. Even when you get a bad person and you're just like, "Oh God, this person's being a total jerk," but I still have to smile. What are they doing at a coffee shop?
Can we talk about tipping culture and the weirdest place that you've ever been asked to tip really quick? I went shopping for my wedding dress like a week and a half ago, and I ended up finding my dress at the first store that I went to. And I'm not joking, when I went to go pay, they flipped their little iPad around and it asked for a tip. When I tell you, like, I full on froze, I stood there and I think they saw like the blood leave my body. I did not expect to have to like tip buying a wedding dress. And mind you, the store was empty. Like, it was me, my best friend, and then the three people that worked there. I think one was the owner and then just two stylists or something. So it was just empty. It was just them three at the front and then me just paying. And
Utterly outrageous.
So look, right? Shout out to Candace Owens. I did a video on this some time ago, man. Almost like a year ago, I'm pretty sure, where I was speaking about exactly this tipping culture, man, and how it's getting out of hand. This has reached new levels now. I'm at the point now where I confidently, like she said in the clip as well too, like I confidently hit no tip. Where was I the other day? I went to brunch a few days ago. I walked in, I placed my order. Mind you, the line was long as hell. The line was long. For a spot I went to. I went there, I placed my order, I stood in the line. Same thing, they flipped the little screen. It's crazy, like that's the thing. Like they flipped the little screen around, and I was then given the option to tip. And it's like, I'm at the point now where it's just like, I confidently, like, I can't find no tip fast enough. Of course, there's a little options, 5%, other, 5%, 10%, whatever the case is, other, no tip. Like, now it's like, at first, they used to have me. At first, I'm not going to lie. They had me at first. Like, I'll feel away like, damn, bro, yeah, I feel you. What are the cases like? I still wouldn't tip, but I used to feel a certain way when I did. I used to feel the guilt when I didn't tip. Now, what? Bruh. I don't tip under those circumstances. I'm not saying I don't tip at all. I'm saying I don't tip under those circumstances. Again, I'm not going to be tipping you for doing what you are here to do. When your employer brought you onto the organization, that was their responsibility. What am I tipping you for? When I walked into the store and paid for the service, you took an order, you submitted it, The next man did his job, which he got hired to do. So whether you're the cashier, that's the barista, whatever the case is, everybody got hired to do a role, right? Why am I tipping you for doing what you are here to do? Tip to me is when you go above and beyond the service that you are required to do. Valets or whatever the case is, and even she even spoke on just like restaurants as well too. Like I think that was stupid from the beginning. So restaurant industry, I haven't really frequented the restaurant industry as much. I've worked like Panera Bread. I think I was working at a restaurant. I forgot what it was called. Damn, I forgot what it was called. Shit, I forgot the name of that restaurant. But I was there for like 72 hours, if that. I went to the training. I went to the first day of training, and the restaurant life is not for me. But I had friends, of course, who worked in restaurants or whatever the case is, that were waiters, waitresses, whatever the case is. So a job that is heavily dependent upon tip. They pay you $5 an hour. The employer, if you are a waiter or waitress, they'll pay you $5 an hour and bank that you're going to get a busload of tips. And we fell for that. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense, especially a job. Why, like, yo, when you look back at things like, how the hell did we fall for that? Anybody that is a server, salute to you, bro. Servers should be paid normal wages. $15 an hour, $20 an hour, and then on top of tips as well, too. Because, yeah, they are the ones that are busting their butts when they're taking our orders, going back to the kitchen and making sure the order is ready, bringing it back to us, making sure our cups are filled, this, that, and the other. So shout out to service, man. Y'all really do y'all thing. But y'all fell victim to the trap of thinking that your employer can pay you pennies on the dollar and then think the customer's going to pay you in tip. That should be where the most of your compensations come from tips. Come on, bro. I've seen a clip somewhere. I forgot what country it was. I've seen somewhere when a person refused a tip. I forgot what country it was. I think it was a streamer eating out somewhere. And the person was like, oh, no, I can't take that. The person refused a tip at a restaurant like, nah, why are you tipping me, bro? Only in America will you apply for a job that's paying you $2 an hour, $3 an hour, $5 an hour, and say, oh, but no, you're a server. So it's going to be the customer that's going to come in and dine in, and he's going to pay you what you're owed or what you're worth or what the case is. What? Yo, if you're a server or a waitress, whatever the case is, it's either you working somewhere where you know 100% every time you step foot in there every day, you're leaving there with at least a couple hundred, 400 or 500. And I know some waitresses, I've seen some waitresses, depending on where you work, depending on the establishment. Like, I know some waiters that were making some good money, some waitresses that are making some good money, whether they're bartenders at a popular club or some type of venue, whatever the case is. But, like, those restaurants, like, if you work at, Fridays or Applebee's, no shade to these places at all, and they're paying you as a waiter $2, $3 and thinking that somebody's going to come in and bless you with, come on, bro. How do we fall for that? How do we fall for that? No. Pay them the average salary. Not even the bare minimum, not even minimum wage, because minimum wage is trash as well, too. Again, these are not minimum wages. We were just talking about Gen Z not being able to, afford, starting a family and buying homes and starting families with the kids because wages are shit. So it's just like, how did we fall for the trap of saying that, oh, let's pay them a few dollars and bank all of their compensation on tips? It does not work like that, man. What's wrong with this country? And then, of course, back to this clip as well, too. The lady's talking about they're asking her to tip when she went to purchase a wedding dress. What am I tipping you for? Imagine spending thousands of dollars. Ladies, of course, I don't have experience in this personally, but I'm assuming you guys pay a decent amount when you go buy those wedding dresses, depending on where you get it from. Imagine when you purchase that, you made it in there, the lady said the store was empty. You go in there, you pay for the dress, and then they flip the screen and ask you to tip. What the hell am I tipping you for? What am I tipping you for? This country's backwards, bro. You see, you understand how this stuff works? You see, like, it's greed. It's greed. Pay people livable wages so they can make an honest living for themselves and maybe have realistic ambitions to start a family and buy a home. Is that too much to ask? The people that should be getting paid the most are the people that get paid the least. Isn't that something? The people that should be getting paid the most are the people that get the least. Servers, doctors, nurses, custodians, people that come and pick up your trash every week, whatever the case is. How much do they make? How much do the teachers that are responsible for educating your children 5 days out the week, Monday through Friday, for several hours a day, how much do they make? those are the last people that you want to be complaining about their wages and feeling that they're undervalued or whatever the case is. The people that are in charge of your health, the people that are in charge of your food, the people that are in charge of educating your children. Those are the people that get paid minimum. Who comes up with this? Who comes up with the salary? Like, who comes up, like, when you set out in an industry, any industry, I don't care what industry it is, who comes up as like, all right, cool, I'm going to deem this worthy of X amount of the salary. Like, a teacher, okay, we're only going to pay them 45 or 35 or whatever the salary is. I don't even know, but I know it's shit. How much is the average salary for teachers, bro? How much? Because I'm mad now, bro. How much is the average salary for teachers? The children, the people responsible of educating your children Monday through Friday. My God. Of course, it's going to be based off location. How much is the average salary for teachers? Okay, 39, 40,000. What? How much do teachers make yearly? Anywhere from 53,000 to 77,000. Okay. The people that are in charge of educating your children get paid anywhere as low as roughly, and I think this is even, I don't even know if that, because, yeah, I'm seeing different numbers here. Of course, it's going to be based off your location, where the case is, yada, yada, yada. I'm seeing numbers as low as 39,000. I'm seeing numbers as high as 81. So take that with a grain of salt. Ultimately, this world is backwards as hell. Waitresses, waiters, custodians need to be getting the big bucks. And stop asking people for tip in situations that don't call for tips, bro. What was the other clip that she said? LA health fee. Imagine going to a restaurant. Imagine sitting. Imagine going. I'm going to start. Look, now that I know that, because I wasn't even aware that was a thing, I'm going to start checking these receipts. And I'm expeditiously. I need you to remove this charge off my receipt expeditiously. Let me walk into a restaurant one day and see that they charge me a health fee so I can contribute to the health wages, the health insurance of the staff. That's not my job, friend. That's your job, employer. Why am I paying your health insurance for your staff? What? If the wages in which you're paying them does not cover that, then you need to increase the wages. And if that's a problem, then hey, we need to have some really serious conversations in this world in terms of who should be paying what and what should fly and what shouldn't fly. Because it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Us, the consumers, yeah, like I said, please understand what I'm saying. I'm not opposed to tipping when I feel like a server has gone above and beyond. And then, yeah, they hit you with the sympathy, because sometimes they'll hit you, they'll try to guilt trip you into paying, like, damn, man, like, bro's busting her butt, so let me go ahead and tip. And yeah, you might do that one or two times, but for a server to be contingent upon your sympathy to pay their bills, your sympathy to, be able to save up to buy a home, they're hoping that, hopefully he feels sorry for me, so he tips me well. What? Why not just pay these people livable wages and then let the tip be something that can come on top of that? The game is changing, so the industry is going to change. A lot of people being more conscious of the fact that this tipping thing is a scam, and it's getting out of hand. They're asking for tip at self-checkout registers. They're asking for tip when you walk into the facility and carry out. What is going on? It's getting out of hand. This world is backwards, yo. It's greed, bro. Pay people what they're worth, bro. Pay people the wages that they need to be able to do a good job, bro. Teachers, custodians, the jobs that we look down at, they need to be paid the most. The job that you don't want to do, see to it that you're paying the person that should do it a livable wage. Anybody that handles your food, anybody that handles your health care, your well-being, your liveliness, police officers as well too, firefighters, pay them well and stop asking people to tip.